Well, g'day everyone and welcome. Today we are having a squiz at DarkSwitch. We are lucky enough to check this out before its release date in April. The devs have sent a key through to us. This is developed by Cyber Temple, published by Cyber Temple Games LLC. It's a vertical survival city builder. Build a city on a great tree and defend it against the fog. Face the challenges of limited real estate, scarce resources, and tough moral choices as you seek to uncover the mystery of the veil. The tree provides, the tree protects, the tree prevails. It's listed down as a horror city builder colony sim survival game with a bit of tower defense and stuff in it as well. I've watched a bit of gameplay of this and I'm actually really excited to play it. So it was on my list as one of those things that I really wanted to play. So let's get stuck straight into a new game. There will be a link below if you guys want to check it out for yourself. Years ago, violent shroud surges began ravaging our world. They overwhelmed and engulfed everything. And with the fog came horrors beyond comprehension. That is why, by the personal decree of Archon Mistat, we founded the settlement we call Elran. Here we conduct vital research and study the Shroud's intent to uncover its secrets and forge weapons against this unrelenting threat. Excellent. Okay, here we are. Welcome to DarkSwitch. To make your journey through the lands and air currents of Nalai not only interesting but also comfortable, we've prepared descriptions of important elements of the game's interface for you. Would you like to go through a tutorial? We will definitely go through a tutorial. This is the first time that I have fired it up, and as you guys know, with my first looks, I like to go through the tutorial because it gives you guys a good idea of the mechanics and stuff like that rather than me just playing through it. So it gives the devs almost an opportunity to show you how the game plays. So yes, we will. All right, lovely. Main menu can be opened by pressing the button in the upper right corner, which is up here of the screen, or by using the escape key. Beautiful, lovely. The residence indicator shows the total population of your settlement as well as how many of them have permanent jobs. Right now, you have 55 residents who are not assigned to any jobs, which is down here. Lovely. So there's 55 unemployed people down the bottom there. Beautiful. Let's see. The camera allows you to select viewing method. Camera attached to a tree is useful for working with buildings on the trunk. A free camera is convenient for studying objects on the ground. Lovely. All right. Perfect. Beautiful. The clock shows the time in your settlement. Many events in the game depend on the time of day. For example, at 8 a.m., the day shift begins and ends at 8 p.m., after which the residents who have finished working will have a snack, go to sleep. You can also see next to the clock how many days you have already been in Alaran. Up here, so day and time. Beautiful. Buttons below allow you to increase the speed of the game or pause it. Perfect. I wonder whether it has push pause. The resources panel displays the materials collected by the residents of your settlement. Resources are divided into basic resources, raw food, wood, iron, gas and solar, and advanced resources, rations, boards, steel, gasoline and crystal. Beautiful. So what's that? Is that that's not raw food there, or is it raw food? It may be. The most important resources at the beginning of the game are wood, raw food, and rations. You'll learn how to extract other resources later. Your first assignment is to set up the production of rations in the settlement. Beautiful. Okay. Toiler's Chief Mathon. Fantastic little artwork here, isn't it? Messer Ekner. The messenger bird has brought ill tidings. The bureaucrats of Sarago write that food shipments will cease. Furthermore, they demand a report on our activities here. Beautiful. So Archon Valfidus is losing power. What about our supplies? We have enough food for 3 days, but there are mushrooms above the platform of the great tree. Beautiful. It's not the healthiest food, but since we don't have anything better, go collect it. Right, so there's mushrooms. Let's just, yes, hit space to pause. Beautiful. So edible mushrooms. Send workers to gather mushrooms, collect food from the mushrooms patch. So where is the mushrooms patch? Is there a mushrooms patch down the bottom? Or is there a mushrooms patch up here? Let me have a squiz. Let me see if I can find it. Well, there's definitely mushrooms there, isn't there? Okay, cool. Mushrooms, level 1. Let's send the maximum amount of workers to go and do that. And we'll do the night shift and we'll send the maximum amount of workers to do that as well. Cool, so that should happen. Right, work shifts. Most buildings require assigning workers to shifts. They won't function without them. You can add a worker to a shift by clicking on the icon of the worker type you need, or fill the entire shift at once by pressing the max. Clicking on a worker's icon in the shift will remove them, while clicking the min button will clear the entire shift. Beautiful. Lovely. At the start of the game, you have 2 shifts, day shift and night shift. Each worker can only be assigned to 1 shift at a time before resting. Certain conditions, like severe illness, will prevent workers from working. Perfect. The efficiency panel shows how well your current shift is performing. You can see the hourly and daily resource production rates. Efficiency drops if the shift is understaffed or workers have negative conditions like injuries or exhaustion. The worse your workers' morale, the more frequent workplace accidents become. So, all right, looks like 37.5 in 24 hours, production 1.6 per hour. Okay, beautiful. And we've just got all normal workers. Now, these guys here, I think they're a different type of worker, which we'll get into at some point in time. Beautiful. Classes of citizens. Workers are divided into 3 classes: toilers, artisans, and rangers. Each class has preferred jobs, which they perform with increased efficiency, and unsuitable jobs, which suffer penalties. For example, labourers are the most efficient at harvesting fungi from the tree's bark, which are these guys here. So they're the labourers. I'm guessing these are the rangers and these would be the artisans. Beautiful. Okay, renewable resources. Buildings that gather raw food, fungus gathering posts, operate indefinitely. Their food sources replenish over time. Other resource nodes, however, can be fully depleted. Okay, so it looks like mushrooms can be fully depleted. Can't be fully depleted, which is actually pretty cool. So these guys are all collecting, and they're doing all of the collection and stuff that we need. Collect food, so we need to collect 10 mushrooms from the mushroom patch. So here's the tree. Now, there's this enshrouding fog, and apparently bad things are in the fog. So at some point in time, we are going to need to protect ourselves from the fog when we're on the ground. So... but I believe the tutorial section of this game moves into, so you've got stuff that's built already, but moves into the full game. That didn't sound too good, did it? So once you finish the tutorial, you basically get to almost, I believe, start again from memory. What's over here? That is a wood pile. We've got no workers there, which is fine. We've got, what have we got over here? We've got a wood pile over here as well. Now, can these things, are these things that can be, that can actually be collected? So maybe they are. So I'm going to send a couple of people, over to do that. We also have another wood pile over here. Excuse me, sorry. And these are houses. Beautiful. Now this is a dock. So I do believe that there are airships in this as well. Down here we have mushrooms down here as well. So we could probably put... How many people do we have? We've got heaps of people. We could put 2 shifts on here as well. If people can get down there, I believe they can. So I think these are stairways here. And people can get down there and collect mushrooms as well. So we may as well get all of those as well. So everybody's out doing their thing, which is pretty cool. Just getting used to the camera. Now this is the tree camera. That was the one that they said is the better camera to use. So, but it doesn't. There we go. So you can move up and down like that. Perfect. This must be like our town hall. That's the council chamber. It does have storage in it, so we've got wood in there. We've got mushrooms going in there now. So we've collected 6 so far. All right, beautiful. I actually like the ability to go up and down like that as well. It looks like this is the influence of the tree, so I'm guessing within this area. I don't know how far the fog goes up during the night time. It's still in the afternoon now. There we go. Edible mushrooms. These mushrooms taste like feet and smell like old garbage, and like all mushrooms do. I like mushrooms, but you know they're not the most appealing type of thing. No wonder so many workers got sick after eating them. Let's boil them. Boiling will break down the poison. They won't taste any better, but at least they'll be safe. This is not the time to be picky. All right, in the build menu, allow you to build new buildings in your settlement by clicking the hammer button. Yep, no worries. What we need to do is when you hover over an image of a building, you see its description and price as well as, yep, cool, what surface it can be built on. When you select a building to build on the trunk, you'll see this translucent silhouette. And the surface of the trunk will display the area available for construction. Hover over the area you like. If the building can be built, no worries. By selecting a suitable location and clicking on the left mouse button, you'll begin the construction of the building. When the builders finish the work, a new building will appear in your settlement. Right, so we need to build ourselves a cookery. So, and this is the verticality of building, which is actually really, really interesting. So where are we going to build it? There, maybe? Can we build our cookery there? Yes, we can. All right, we'll send some builders over there, and they should start building that. I can hear somebody snoring on here. And yawning. Oh, that must be the people who are working night shifts, though. All right, we've got 4 builders in there. We've still got 31 unemployed people at the moment. We do have... 25, 15 and 15. Okay, so we've got 25. We've basically got 25 labourers, 15 rangers and 15 artisans. So, all right, beautiful. We should man this now by adding these guys. Looks like an artisan will actually increase this. So do we put an artisan on each shift, or do we have that's a oh yeah, the efficiency's going up. All right, cool. I'm happy with that. Did it say that we no unemployed toilers in the settlement? So let's throw another artisan in there, another one there. Well, we don't actually have another artisan, do we? All right, cool. Maybe we can... maybe at this point in time we can actually Let's let's go min and let's add maybe 2 people on each shift. Yeah. Because we don't want to run out of these guys either. So, and that's in the one down the bottom there. So we have like quite enough in here. I think we've got 8 people working in here. So beautiful. All right, lovely. So now we need to produce rations at the cookery. We are producing those now, which is pretty cool. And it is now daytime, nighttime. Well, it's sort of 6 in the afternoon or 6 in the early evening. So is that fog getting closer? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, but it's but the fog is definitely something that that we've got to be very, very careful of. So what else can we build to make it self-sufficient? We do have houses which cost 20 wood, but we don't have too much wood at the moment. Do we have, what's this? Wood pile. Maybe we can gather wood from the wood pile, I think. That might be a good idea, even if we just send like, oh no, we need that. There we go. I'm just trying to get used to the camera. I think maybe we could send... How many workers do we have left? Oh, here we go. Our wood stocks are quickly getting low. We can't keep this up or we're going to run out of it completely. We have no choice but to take the risk and go down to get the wood. It's dangerous. What if we suddenly run into Sarago's air patrol? Here we go. Be on your guard, by the way. You can find a secluded spot near the lake to build a fisherman's shed. After all, one can't live on mushrooms alone. All right, lovely. So what's this spot here? The river surely holds fish, but due to the tree's height, we don't know the location of the ideal fishing transport spots. This task requires the use of scouts. Okay, so can we send scouts to that? Let's see. Form a squad of rangers in the scout base. Where is the scout base? Here. I'm guessing free scouts. We need to form a squad of rangers. To send scouts to the area, select the desired point of interest and press the button with the image of a leg. Right, so the first thing that we want to probably do is gather wood, right? All right, so if we click that, and where is the image of the leg? We need a requirements. Okay, so we need to put a scout hut in first. Where are you? Right there. Actually, we'll unpause it. So how do we do it? Price. There we go. Create group. There we go. And we want to send the group out to here. They're preparing at the moment. And it looks like they have a fear level as well, which is pretty cool. So we need to explore these 2 locations, which is perfectly fine. We can do that. That's no worries. So we'll just wait for that to happen. And we may end up having to take more people off of there. Fall of the Ignalis. 3 red signals from the northeast. That means the neighbouring outpost Ignalis has fallen. There's no way to help them now. The ruins where Ignalis is located are a 5-day journey away. Even if we send rangers, after marching through the fog teeming with shroud creatures and ancient relics, they'll need their own help. Alaran has a mission and completing it is paramount. Right. Cool. Sounds are actually pretty good, aren't they? A smaller silhouette next to the building is a possible extension. Extensions will become available to you later. With the study of technologies, you are not obliged to leave space for an extension, but then its construction will not be available in the future. All right, cool. Perhaps someone from Ignalis have survived. We must accept the survivors if they reach us. Are you going to accept them? You know what the shroud does to people. Do you want crazed refugees to burn half of Alaran to the ground? We'll help them as long as it doesn't hinder our research. And we ourselves can't sleep in tents anymore. We need to build proper houses. Or maybe we should just cut it down. Oh, before you proceed, mate, and remember, cutting the flesh of the great tree is not only sacrilege, but also a crime. Though Sarago is far ethnarch, will never allow it. Yes, precisely. The great tree generates solar. Therefore, I forbid anyone to even lay an axe to it without the craftsman's supervision. I will not tolerate such barbarism. Fell the trees on the ground. Well, we are going to do that, but we need to send our scout group, and they are still preparing as well. All right, cool. Your settlement is a small light in the middle of a dangerous world. The difficulties and adversaries that will visit you will certainly affect the mood of the residents. The bar at the top of the screen shows the current level of fear in the settlement. With a high level of fear, the efficiency of workers decreases, and if the bar fills completely, you lose. The fear of settlement increases when your villagers gain negative ailments and decreases when they lose them. Story events and your choices can also increase or decrease the level of fear. So there's quite a bit of management in there, isn't there? Quite a bit of management. Come on, guys, you can do this. Oh man, those squealing noises. I don't know whether you guys can see that. Send group. Send group. Hello. I want to send the group out there. They won't. They won't go there for some reason. Alright, but they are ready, right? Free scouts, ready. They also have a fear level as well, which is pretty interesting. There we go. It's because I clicked on the top rather than clicking on there. So they're heading out there, and they're going to do some scouting out there, which is good. Our fear is going up, but I believe we're probably okay. What have we got? Tree, forest house, platforms, and ground. So you got building areas through here as well. Okay, so cookery. We don't really have anything other than forest houses at the moment. But what we might do, I reckon we might actually build ourselves a forest house on the ground. Should we? Let's build one here, and you can see the platforms that it creates, like the walkways and stuff. Let's throw one in there, and then some of our spare builders will go down there. You can see that they are currently scouting it now, and you can see a progress running around the outside of it as well. Perfect. This area is well suited for a lumberjack's hut. If we build a warehouse nearby, labour productivity will increase. Workers won't have to carry logs over long distances. Mining zone opened. All right, beautiful. Some buildings can only be built on certain surface. Places where such a building can be erected are marked with icons in its tooltip. Beautiful. Okay, so we need to build ourselves a logging. Provides overnight accommodation for 8 residents. We need a lumberjack hut, which we're going to put probably right here, I reckon. Can we put it in here? Yeah, we can. Which will hopefully give us the best coverage. Maybe there might be a bit better. There we go. Lovely. All right, warehouses allow you to store more resources. After building a new warehouse, you must choose the resources to be stored in it. All right, that makes sense. Each warehouse stores 200 units of a selected resource. Later, after studying the technologies, you can increase the capacity of the warehouse as well. Also, the proximity of warehouse increases the effect of production. By building a warehouse next to the sawmill, you'll increase the output of your lumberjacks. If the building is connected to the council chamber through a chain of warehouses, the effect will be even greater. So you do have to chain warehouses together. Lovely. Let's build ourselves a warehouse. Not enough resources at the moment, so... Alright, that's probably because we built that bloody house, that's why. Alright, are these guys nearly ready? They are resting for about 6 minutes. And then as soon as they've... there we go, they're ready to go. Let's send these guys over to here to scout that fishing area now. Alright, and off they go. Beautiful. How are we going here? Oh no, no, you dickhead. I accidentally hit the wrong button. I accidentally deleted that, guys. We're going to throw him right there. There we go. I hit that rather than hitting that, so 5 hours it's going to take for that to be built. But it builds all of these little if I get out of the tree view, it builds all of these little there's little platforms, these little walkways and stuff, which keeps people off the ground, interestingly enough. So, but you can see the coverage of that. That's probably the best we could possibly get. These scouts have nearly finished over here, but we are... Well, we've got 12 wood now, and I don't believe we have enough to build that. That requires 50 wood, so... Alright, scouts report that the lakeshore is gently sloping and the soil's not swampy. We can build a fisherman's shed on it. Perfect, which is another one. Alright, construction sites. Fisherman's shed can only be built on the bank of a river, otherwise fishermen won't be able to reach the shoals of fish. To construct this building, drag its model across the highlighted surface until it goes green, which is good. Wow, we've got this fog coming. This fog seems to be coming in, doesn't it? It seems to be coming in. So... my ethnic Skywalker from Sarago dropped signal fires on the ground before departing. What for? It turned around not far from the great tree and never reached us. That's probably how the captain marked where he left something for us. I'll send some rangers to check it out. Okay, so there is a spot over here that needs to be checked out by our rangers. I don't know how our rangers go. How are they doing? Their fear's okay at the moment, so we should probably be able to send them out there, I think. I don't know how they'll go in the fog, though. Oh, no, they're resting. They're actually resting. If we can get this bloody thing built and we can start producing timber, because we need 50 to create our warehouse, let's throw in... Oh, what have we got? Residents get their places of work on foot. They reach the building. They do not participate in its work. A building's efficiency doesn't take into account the time spent commuting, so it can vary greatly. So we could build houses close to this for a building by clicking the corresponding button in this window. Don't forget, the longer it takes workers to commute, the less time. I wonder whether I can actually delete this building. I can, and get 10 resources back. So I'm going to delete that building and I'm going to get 10 resources back. So demolishers will come in there and start doing that. In here we need to add that many to there and that many to there. Alright, we need to add as many as we possibly can into there to get the work done. And I think we might take off... There we go, daytime. Alright, sweet. So we can now send our scouts to here. Let's send them out there now that there's no fog there. Because I believe the fog is what actually induces fear. And starts to generate fear and stuff as well, so that's pretty cool. We've got 30 logs at the moment, but what we need to do is, you can see the workers, you can actually see them coming down and going down the stairs and stuff. So Takes them a while to get to work, but we've got we're generating 30. We've got 30 logs at the moment, and it looks like they've got to carry them all the way up the top, which is a little bit of a problem at the moment. So could we have some workers working on that? Possibly. Yes, possibly. Because I believe that has wood. Well, it does say it's a wood pile, but is that a storage pile? Yeah, I may not do that. I don't think, because it's just a wood pile, and maybe it's the actual storage. This is an expected supply shipment. There's even a note wishing us success. Volfidus' people remain fiercely loyal to him. 35 steel, 45 rush, 100 wooden planks, 45 gasoline, and 50 solar. Okay, cool. You've received a shipment of valuable steel. Steel's an advanced resource that can replace iron at a 1-in-1 ratio. Advanced resources are typically refined from basic resources at a 2-to-1 ratio. Another key advantage that each resource has is a storage limit, meaning you can stockpile up to 100 iron and 100 steel, even without building additional warehouses. All right, cool. We are almost up to our timber. I'm going to preempt and put the warehouse in here. Well, I'm not going to be able to because it won't actually let me do it until we have the resources. So that kind of sucks, doesn't it? So I'm going to wait until that happens, guys. Have our scouts returned? Oh, yeah, no, the scouts did return, and that's what they brought back with them. So we do have a fisherman's shed, which also is going to cost us 50 timber. So what do we got up here? We've got 31 homeless. We've got 4 severely physically ill, and we've got 3 buildings with no workers in them. So we've got a fair bit to do. But what we need at this point in time is wood, and we're sitting at 38 at the moment. So I'll see you guys when that's done. Okay, so we've got a pop-up here, refugees. The people are barely standing on their feet. It's amazing how they overcame all this way. Nobody can really explain what occurred. Some talk about an unexpected attack by the inhabitants on each other. Others say there were waves of fog in which entire squads vanished. Among those who came, many were wounded, but a big chunk of them were lunatics. The tied-up psychos drool, laughing wildly, and mumble random odd words. The fog has consumed their mind. We've seen this before. Okay, so we've got 2 choices here. Let the refugees in. They need help, which gives us 5 workers. Is it? No, 3 workers, 2 artisans. Oh, we've got 5 workers there and a couple of rangers. They'll need to be driven away. They may be dangerous, which actually increases our fear. You know, I'm gonna drive them away. No, I'm gonna bring them in. I'll bring them in. So they're climbing the tree towards us. Some of them with tears of happiness, some with noticeable relief, some with unnatural indifference on their faces. If we've accepted them, then we must provide all the conditions we need to build a healing chamber. All right, so we're going to have to do a healing chamber. They become hungry if your settlement has a functioning. Well, they shouldn't be hungry because we've got plenty of stuff. Residents will automatically go there to eat. All right, cool. If there's no food available, no cookery to distribute, a hungry resident will eventually become starving. After 24 more hours without food, they will die. Residents eat rations made from raw food. Yep, cool. And in they come. Where are they coming from? That direction, are they? We now have. No, we don't have. We don't have the extra wood because that. I was going to speed it up, but that thing became a thing. All right. So what do we got in there? We do have We're running at 110 efficiency, which is pretty cool. I might remove him and add another one of those. No, I can't. I can add another artisan to that, which should improve our efficiency even more. Right, lovely. Okay, so we need to, well, it does say gather wood from the stacks or chop it in the forest. So we can actually gather from these by the looks of it. So if I'm to add maximum people on there, because we do have, what have we got? We've got, so we've got physically ill people, we've got homeless people, and I think we've got 3 unemployed peasants. Right, but we can collect some wood from there as well. We can now build our warehouse, which is going to be super important because that is going to increase our efficiency. So let's throw our warehouse right there. We get some builders coming through and they will build that, which is good. And now we also need to, they are ready to go. If we have a look at the overall, can we look at the overall map? I don't think we can at this point in time, but there are places out here that we can actually send our rangers to explore and stuff as well, which is pretty cool. Now, what do we have that's new to build? Healing quarters, which is going to cost us 50 wood. Well, we may as well do that. I believe that it needs to be built in the tree. So where are we going to build it? That's the question. Over here, maybe. About down at that level. All right, lovely. So that'll be a healing quarters. That's going to fix those people. But what we also need to do is we also need to build ourselves some housing. So let's build ourselves some housing down here, shall we? Because that allows people to, that's going to allow people to live down here and to go to work, but it's also going to give us the opportunity to house some of these homeless people. So let's, can we rotate this or what? The Archon's latest message states that you, Tessin, have been appointed as leader. You better get used to making difficult decisions. I always think about what's best for the people. And there will always be those who are dissatisfied. For example, many had hoped to return home to Sarago on the next Skywalker. Now we're stuck here for a good while. I miss the times when I was just a humble researcher. Yes, indeed. Right, I was in the middle of building myself another house. Let's throw that house there, like so. And I'm not sure how many residents do the houses house. 8 residents, so yeah, so 16. We're sitting at 24, so we do need to do another one as well, which is okay. There's plenty of residents out there. Let's throw some, let's go back to throwing some residents in here, shall we? It's 24. That's 32. Because down here, we're going to have some stuff down here as well. The toilers complain of panic attacks at night. Many hear whispers and moans. The shroud's getting thicker. Fortunately, daylight still keeps it at bay. All right, light the flame guards near the buildings. They'll protect the people at night. So now we need to... Oh, here we go. What should be done with the lunatics? A couple of crazy refugees managed to break free somehow. They yelled at the darkness, that the darkness had crawled into their entrails and it was moving their They said the flames could purify them. They tried to set fire to themselves and burned in the buildings. Send them to the healing chambers. They're crazy, not criminals, which creates fear. Get them out of the area. We can't help them any longer. Get them out of the area. Lunatics resisted as hard as they could, shouting pleas and threats intermingled. Finally, when they came to terms with it, they walked away, discussed places to burn themselves. With each step, their voices grew quieter, and then they took a turn and walked into the fog, as if called by someone. Pitiful things. Better to get them out, I think. Now, we need to build, very important, we need to build flame guards, which are going to take 30 logs. So as soon as we've got, because I did put in a lot of buildings there, so as soon as we, we're going to need somebody to work in here, are we? We want to store wood in here. There we go. Beautiful. All right. I forgot to set that as wood. Okay, so we've done that. We need to build another 2 houses after this, but we've got one there. So our goal was to have 7 houses, to build 7 houses. But at this point in time, we are going to be all right. As soon as we hit 30, we're going to throw a flame guard in here. And the flame guard is what's going to keep basically keep the fog at bay down here on the ground, and they're going to be really, really important to the survival of our village. So we can actually build one now, and you can see that if we build one here maybe, then that's going to sort of protect this area here. So let's get stuck into building that, and then at night that should light, and it should basically keep the fog at bay, or when the fog rolls in. It doesn't roll in every night by the looks of it, so pretty cool. Everything's running really, really well. It's a really good looking game. I love the verticality and the idea of building in the tree and building up the tree and stuff as well. If you're building shrouded in fog, it begins to become corrupted. Accidents occur in the building, stopping work until the damage is repaired. The more a building's trapped in the fog, the more accidents occur in it. So stained glass windows and other light sources protect ground structures from corruption, and they slowly heal buildings. The buildings on the trunk heal themselves. Oh yeah, I love the sound of that. That was really, really cool. So we need to add a ranger in the day and a ranger at night to keep that burning. All right, beautiful. Imagine when we get stuck getting out here and we start building farms and stuff. So we've got 6 houses. We've got 20 wood now. We can build, I think we've got enough people down here, so I think I'm going to throw probably some more people in down here, I reckon. Like that. And then I'm going to throw another flame guard in here too. Okay, midnight is coming, and maybe midnight. Oh crap! Midnight's probably when the fog gets in. You can see it's getting closer now, so this should keep us at bay. It's probably gonna, it's maybe gonna shroud this stuff, but to build ourselves another. Oh, what's going on here? Our wood supply is low. We can't erect buildings and construct skywalkers without wood. So build another lumberjack hut and cut a tree or 2. Yeah, we can build another one, which will be perfectly fine. And we'll probably throw that one out here. I think, yeah, you can hear that fog coming in. That is crazy, man. That is crazy. And we've got these 2 houses down here. We've got 13 wood. How much wood do we need to get ourselves another lumberjacks? Where are we? Through here. 30. So as soon as we've got 30 wood, we should be able to build another one here. But we're also going to need to build another flame guard. So we might be better off waiting until daytime to build that, because we do have this fog coming in. How's it coming in over this side? It's probably all right over here. And I think these places will be okay because they're right at the base. So there we go. What have we got here? Burnt buildings, buildings with no workers. Somebody's hungry and there's 4 homeless. Shouldn't be 4 homeless. Right, where's the burnt building? Right here. Let's add some of these guys to repair that. I'm hoping that they'll go in and repair that. It should be good. How are we doing for food? Got 65 of 100 rations, and we've got plenty of raw food coming in at the moment. And these guys are chopping trees. Look at that fog. It's getting closer. It's getting closer. Where are we? 35. So I think it's definitely better. Yeah, no, the fog's definitely coming in. So we may be better building one of these out here for starters. Like so. We'll get that built, and then we'll get some ranges in there. And then that'll hold all of the fog off here, because I don't want to upset the people. But anyway, guys, I'm addicted already. This is DarkSwitch. This is DarkSwitch is being released on the 10th of April 2026, which is in about 3 weeks' time. As I said, there is a link below. I'm not sure exactly how much it is going to how much it's going to sell for when it does release, but definitely a very, very interesting take on the old colony sim. The warm firelight, yep. So yeah, and look at that. Just as that happens, in comes one of the Skywalkers. But that's going to be for another. Look, probably when I stream this, guys. So that's on its way in. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe if you haven't, and all that jazz. I'll see you all next time. Bye, guys.